Hello, coming to you live from the Visionary Kitchen today. I thought I'd just bring you along with me because I'm going to make some kale chips, and I thought that I should just show you how easy it is. Lately, for some reason, I've been having these kind of cravings for snacks late at night. And rather than going for something unhealthy, I decided I'm going to make myself a whole bunch of kale chips because they last for a long time. I can store them. They're going to be a really healthy late night snack when I get that craving. So I got myself a big old tub of baby kale for $5. It's a good deal that they have at the local kind of traditional, conventional grocery store that I normally would never go to. But I did today because they always have this great deal. So I'm going to put a whole bunch of these in here. I'm not really going to measure based on, hi, thanks for joining us. I'm not going to measure really. I'm just going to kind of wing it, but there's just a couple of ingredients. This is just a super basic recipe, so I'm just showing you the really super easy way. I'm putting it all into this big giant silver bowl right here, stainless steel cooking bowl, and then I'm going to add some organic olive oil. Olive oil, you know, you should never heat. You should only use it for cold recipes. These chips are going to be put into the dehydrator. And so it's not really going to be heated. You don't want to heat olive oil because it breaks down. And then you can get those free radicals in your body that are not good. So we have organic olive oil, organic kale. Of course, we want everything to be organic. Then we have nutritional yeast. The plant-based diet secret weapon tastes like cheese, they say. So I'm just going to put a whole bunch in here. And like I said, I'm just winging it. I'm not doing it to my recipe. I do have a recipe for these, but today I'm just winging it. You know, once you make these things enough times, it starts to get really intuitive. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you can go ahead and tweet out and have people, so nice that you're here trying to read your comments. You can go ahead and tweet it out and let people know, share it, and get more people to come in and watch and join us here in the Visionary Kitchen today. So next thing that I'm putting in is pink salt. Now this is on my top 10 list, and if you don't have already my Conscious Eating ebook, I highly recommend that you go onto my website and get it. You can get it on visionary-lifestyle.com or consciouseating101.com. And so now I'm just going to mix these in. So we have pink salt, we have yeast flakes, and we have olive oil, and we have organic baby kale. So I'm just mixing these all up. I love doing this with my hands. Yes, I did wash my hands before I started. And in fact, I just got back from teaching a yoga class. So always really good to wash your hands between yoga and preparing your food. And so I'm really doing this just to show you how fast and easy this is. This is like a 5-minute recipe. Fortunately, I have a dehydrator, so these are going to go onto dehydrator sheets and go into the dehydrator. I'm going to keep an eye on them. I've never done it with baby kale, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take. You see, this kale's pretty fine. It's baby, so it's not as thick and hearty as like the full-size kale that I'm used to getting. But this is great because these are going to be just like already in bite-sized pieces. I don't have to rip these up, so that's kind of a benefit of doing the baby kale, and it's also, I'm sure, going to dehydrate a lot faster. So I'm definitely putting love into this. That's the one ingredient I didn't mention yet. They're looking pretty well coated. So we just want to make sure we get a coating of the yeast and of the salt on all the chips, and that's just going to make them taste yummy. You know, you can make, like, there's an infinite variety of flavors that you can make. You can put in curry powder, you can put in garlic powder, you can put in onion powder. You know, you can put in any variety of flavors that you like. But today I'm just kind of doing the basic just to show you. And so it doesn't look too different, and my hands are all dirty now, so I'm not going to grab the camera to show you what this looks like, but I'll just do this. You can see, you know, it does absorb a bit of the oil and get a little bit heavier as you're mixing it in. But, you know, unlike a kale salad, normally when I do a kale salad, I really squish it a lot, and I put a lot of, you know, love juice into it to break it down. But in this case, I don't want to break it down too much. I want the leaves to stay nice and full. So they're gonna be nice, big, crispy leaves by the time we're done with the dehydrator. So if you don't have a dehydrator, you can still make these chips. You can just do it in your oven. Set it to the very lowest setting possible and leave the door open a crack. And then you're gonna be able to make your kale chips. And I can't give you an exact time for that because the temperatures are gonna vary. But we wanna keep these as raw as possible to keep as much of the enzymes intact, so keep as much of the nutrition intact as possible. So these are looking pretty good. I'm just gonna taste one. Make sure it has enough salt and enough yeast. Tastes pretty good, but I'm actually gonna add even a little bit more salt. And I just do it by the pinch like this. And then mix it all in. I wanna make sure they have enough flavor. Because you can't really season them after. It's not gonna stick. So this way you add the oil and that helps all the seasonings actually stick to the leaves. So I've got my dehydrator sheets here. So all I'm gonna do, really easy, I'm just gonna spread these on here, nice thin layer. Try to have them not bunched up too much. Now there's two ways that you can enjoy this kale. You can actually make this as like a side dish for dinner, or even you could even make a huge kale salad for dinner, but I like doing it sometimes. My daughter even likes it. My 16-year-old will actually eat kale this way. You can make it exactly like this and have it in the dehydrator, and before they get crispy, you have like a nice, warm, soft, delicious kale. So it's like partially cooked, but not fully cooked because it's raw, because we're gonna have it 117 degrees or lower, and that's gonna keep it raw. But you can have it as like a nice, warm side dish with your dinner, and it's really yummy that way. But today, I'm going to dehydrate them all the way. And like I said, I'm not sure exactly how long it's gonna take. I'm just gonna have to keep checking on them. I'm gonna set the timer for probably 4 hours, and I'm gonna check them at 4 hours and probably turn them over a little bit. See, I'm doing my best to keep them in a single layer. And I'll put them in the dehydrator. I'll check on them in 4 hours. I'll probably have to turn them over a little bit. And I'm not exactly sure how long they're gonna take to be crispy, but you wanna be careful not to overdo it. You don't wanna overdo the kale chips because they might get too dried out and then they're just gonna crumble, which, you know, if that ever happens, you don't have to waste them. You can just kind of put it as like a salad topper. So, or even topping a soup or whatever. So you're never gonna waste it, but if you wanna enjoy those crunchy kale chips, you wanna kind of keep an eye on them and make sure that they don't go too far. So I've got 3 full trays here for $5, and these are gonna, of course, shrink down when they dehydrate. It'll be interesting to see how much I'm left with compared to the container that I started with, but we could also kind of do a price comparison to the kale chips that you get in the store. You know, they're $5, $6, $7, $8 for just a little bag, right? So I'm gonna have at least double the amount I'd get in the store here, if not 3 or 4 times. It'll be interesting to see. And so this is a really economical and healthy way. You can control the ingredients. There's no added preservatives. Obviously, it's just a handful of ingredients. You can customize the flavor yourself. And I'm gonna go stick these in the dehydrator. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tweet out a picture of the finished later, and I guess a link to the Periscope. This is my first broadcast, you guys, so thanks for tuning in. And I'm gonna be doing more of these. Tomorrow, my Conscious Eating 101 course finally launches. It's an e-course all about eating healthy food like this that's good for you and good for the planet. So if you don't know about it, check out consciouseating101.com. And I really look forward to doing more of these live cooking demos for you and helping you make high vibration food choices that are good for you and the planet. So ciao for now. See you guys. I'm Magda Freedom Rod, in case I didn't say that. Ciao for now. Have a great day. Mwah.